Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to everyone here and to our viewers standing in from home. Welcome to our special talk show, which is the journey of Sumud Flotilla. I'm your host Fakhrul, and today we will explore an inspiring mission of courage, unity and humanity, which is about the Sumud Flotilla, a humanitarian convoy that sails across the seas to deliver aid and hope to the people of Gaza. The word Sumud itself means steadfastness, a symbol of resilience, of standing firm despite hardship. And today, we will discover how that same spirit of Sumud live on, not only among those who sail the flotilla, but also among those who stand behind it, which is logisticians, transport professionals, government leaders, and local communities. To help us understand more deeply, we are joined by four remarkable guests. First, we have Mr. ZAMIR, a logistic expert who will share the challenges and coordination required behind such a massive humanitarian mission. Next, we are joined by Mr. ASYRAF, a transport expert who will tell us more about maritime safety rules and the risk of navigating through restricted water. With us too is Ms. ATIQAH, a government representative who will highlight Malaysian diplomatic and humanitarian role in supporting the Sumud Flotilla and the Palestinian. And last but not least, we have Ms. Ain, a local community representative who will share how Malaysian on the ground through NGOs, students and volunteers to contribute to this noble effort. Welcome everyone, and thank you for being here with us today. So next, without further ado, I would like to ask a question to Mr. ZAMIR, which is our logistic expert. Mr. ZAMIR, could you explain the logistical process behind preparing a mission like Sumud Flotilla?
Thank you, Fakhrul, for that good question. When we talk about logistics in a mission like Sumud Flotilla, it's not just about loading boat into a ship. It's about building a detailed strategy that connect planning, coordination, and execution. Before a single vessel leaves the port, a full logistic plan must be in place, identifying what supplies are being sent, which port are safe, the exact ship routes, and the estimate travel time. Every item from foods and water to medical kits must be packed according to international maritime safety standard and verified through custom clearance. We also have to ensure that all documentation is accurate, because a single error can delay or even block this mission. In short, it's a process that combines precision, patience, and coordination between multiple parties to ensure humanitarian aid reaches.
Thank you so much, Mr. ZAMIR, for that sharp explanation. It's truly eye-opening to realize that the success of humanitarian mission like the Sumud Flotilla depends on far more than just loading supplies onto a ship. What you share shows us how every single step, from planning to documentation, reflects teamwork, discipline, and dedication. It reminds us that even in a mission driven by compassion, professional precision is what keeps everything moving smoothly and safely. Next, I would like to ask Mr. ASYRAF, which is our transport expert, a question. Mr. ASYRAF, what are the major maritime risks faced by ships participating in the Sumud Flotilla?
Thank you for inviting me, Fakhrul. My name is ASYRAF from the Transport Expert. Participating in the Sumud Flotilla comes with significant maritime risks. The first is the threat of interception by the naval forces, which can involve boarding attempts or being forced to change our course. And this situation can escalate quickly and put both crew and humanitarian cargo in danger. Then there's the natural environment, right, like rough seas, sudden storms, and unpredictable weather pattern that can damage ships and delay the mission or even create life-threatening conditions. Even mechanical failures are another major concern, especially during a long voyage, because a breakdown in the middle of the sea can leave vessel stranded far from assistance. Finally, communication breakdown, whether due to equipment failure or signal interference, can isolate ship from the support network and making coordination difficult. And actually all of these risks highlight why preparation, vigilance, and strong operational planning are essential for such a mission. Thank you, Fakhrul.
Wow, that was an incredible insight. Thank you for sharing those real experience, Mr. Ashraf. It's really impressive to see how much strategy, discipline, and calm decision making are required in moments of uncertainty. The risk you described, which is from possible interception to extreme weather and communication blackouts, show that just how unpredictable and challenging a mission like the Sumud Flotilla can be. And yet, what stands out the most is the professionalism and the resilience of everyone involved. It is not just about navigating the sea, but it is about navigating through risk with courage and responsibility. Now, let's turn to our next guest, the government representative, which is Ms. ATIQAH, to share about how does the Malaysian government view and support missions like the Sumud Flotilla.
Thank you for the questions. I am ATIQAH from Malaysian government representative. Well, Malaysia has always viewed missions like the Sumud Flotilla as a genuine humanitarian effort to help the people of Gaza. The governments believe that these missions are important as long as they follow two things, which is international law and maritime safety rules. In fact, Malaysia has often spoken out against any obstructions of humanitarian aid which provided assistance through trusted NGOs like Mercy Malaysia, and push for the creation of safe humanitarian corridors. Overall, Malaysia's foreign policy is very clear. It is guided by peace, justice, and respect for international law.
Thank you for that clear and meaningful explanation, Ms. ATIQAH. What you have shared really highlights Malaysia's consistent and principled commitment to humanitarian efforts like the Sumud Flotilla. It reminds us that this mission is not only about delivering aid, but also upholding international law, promoting justice, and safeguarding the right of civilians in conflict zones. Malaysia's continued support through diplomatic pressure, material assistance, and advocacy for safe humanitarian corridors reflects a foreign policy that is firmly grounded in peace, compassion, and global responsibility that fully align with the values of the United Nations Charter. Thank you again, Ms. ATIQAH. Next, I would like to ask a question to our local representative of community, which is Ms. Ain. Ms. Ain, what do you think inspires ordinary Malaysians to keep supporting the Palestinian people even though they are so far away?
I think it's empathy. Malaysians have always had a strong sense of compassion. We care when others suffer. There's also a sense of moral duty. Many feel that if injustice happens anywhere, it's our responsibility to speak up. And for Muslims, there's a deep spiritual connection, but at the same time, this support is shared by Malaysians of all backgrounds. Finally, it's about values. We are a nation that believes in peace, dignity, and humanity, and that's what Palestine represents for us.
Thank you, Ms. Ain, for sharing that heartfelt perspective. What you have said beautifully captures the core of who we are as a Malaysian. Our compassion, our sense of justice, and our belief in standing with those who suffer, and these are the values that unite us across race, faith, and background. Ms. Ain words remind us that support for missions like the Sumud Flotilla isn't just about politics or policy. It's about empathy, shared humanity, and the values we carry as a nation. It's about recognizing that when injustice takes place anywhere in the world, we must do not stay silent. Thank you again, Ms. Ain, for expressing what so many Malaysians feel in their hearts. It is voices like yours that keep the spirit of solidarity alive. Now, let's go back to Mr. Zamir. Mr. Zamir, what are the biggest challenges in transporting humanitarian supplies across long distances under political restriction?
Okay, Fakhrul, thank you for that question. Well, there are quite a few big challenges. The first challenge is political restriction. Some areas are blocked or closed by certain government. For example, the Sumud Flotilla ship to Gaza will stop and inspected even though they only carry humanitarian aid. Second, there are security risks. The ship and the crew might be checked, detained, or even turned away. So, the team must be very careful with planning and safety. Then come coordination problem. Many groups are involved, like NGO, ports, and authorities. Sometimes communication at sea is limited, so the discussion have to be made quickly. We also face logistic and weather challenge. Long trip mean possible engine problem, sea, or running low on fuel. And finally, even after reaching the destination, we must make sure the aid or humanitarian aid go to the right people, not blocked by local politics. In short, missions like the Sumud Flotilla are not just about sending the supplies, but they are about overcoming political, safety, and human challenge all at once.
Thank you for sharing that honest and detailed explanation. It really reminds us that behind every humanitarian mission lies a very complex challenges, from political barriers to unpredictable weather and even communication breakdowns. What just Mr. Zamir described shows that the Sumud Flotilla isn't just a voyage across the sea, but it is a test of endurance, diplomacy, and human determination. Every obstacle faced is met with strategy, patience, and unity of purpose. Thank you again, Mr. Zamir, for your thoughtful insights. Next, I would like to ask Mr. Ashraf about how do transport planners prepare for unexpected incidents such as interception, weather, or communication breakdowns.
Fakhrul, how we as the transport planner prepare for the unexpected incident. Actually, as a transport planner, we approach this mission like complex high-stake puzzle, and we run scenario-based simulation to anticipate everything from interception attempts to extreme weather events or equipment failures. Contingency planning is the key, for every ship has multiple fallback strategy such as alternate routes, emergency docking points, or even coordinate rendezvous location. Redundant communication system including satellite phones, AIS tracking, and backup radios ensure that ships can stay connected even if one system fails. Crew training is equally vital. Every team members know emergency procedures, evacuation plans, and how to coordinate under pressures. In addition, we continuously monitor weather and maritime condition in real time, so we can route ships before a storm become dangerous. Essentially, preparation combines technology, strategy, and human readiness to minimize the risk. That's all. Thank you.
It was a truly fascinating explanation. Thank you for breaking it down so clearly, Mr. Ashraf. It is incredible to see how humanitarian missions like the Sumud Flotilla combine with advanced technology with disciplined preparedness. What you have described, from contingency drills to real-time vessel tracking, shows that just how much effort and expertise go into ensuring every mission stays safe, efficient, and responsive to any situation. It also inspiring to know that techniques often used in military logistics can be reimagined and repurposed for peace, to save lives, not to take them. That blend of innovation and compassion is what makes the Sumud Flotilla stand out as a symbol of both professionalism and humanity. Next question is for our government representative, Miss ATIQAH. Miss ATIQAH, can you share any collaboration between Malaysia and international organizations related to Gaza or the Sumud Flotilla?
Thank you, Fakhrul. Of course, Malaysia has worked closely with many international organizations. For example, we collaborate with the United Nations (UN) and the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, which is OIC to ensure human aid reach Gaza without any obstacles. And also Malaysia partners with NGOs like Mercy Malaysia for medical and relief missions on the ground. Even though Malaysia did not directly fund to the Sumud Flotilla, it continues to support global humanitarian movement through legal and coordinated channels, which it really shows the Malaysians' consistent commitments to humanitarian solidarity, respect for the international law.
Thank you for that comprehensive explanation, Ms. Atiqah. Your insight clearly show that Malaysia's support for humanitarian causes goes far beyond statements, which is it is backed by a real coordination, strong partnerships, and consistent advocacy at international platforms like the United Nations and the OIC. Even though Malaysia did not directly sponsor the Sumud Flotilla, it is evident that our country continues to play a proactive, responsible, and supportive role through NGOs, research institutions, and diplomatic channels. This ensures that its efforts remain lawful, well coordinated, and generally impactful for the people of Gaza. Thank you once again, Ms. Atiqah, for sharing that important perspective. It highlights how Malaysia's humanitarian commitment is both principled and practical, which is rooted in cooperation, knowledge, and global solidarity. Now, let us move to Ms. Ain. Ms. Ains, let's talk about the younger generation. How can youth and students play a more active role in humanitarian awareness and education?
In my opinion, youth are the heartbeat of our movement. They can organize campus awareness events or solidarity weeks, volunteer with NGOs doing humanitarian work, and also use social media creatively, such as share stories, infographic, and reliable information. Other than that, they can join fundraising drivers or even start community discussion about justice and empathy. One more thing, education is a key. Understanding the history and human impact of the crisis help young people advocate more effectively. Some schools already hold Palestine Solidarity Week, and I think that a wonderful start.
As we come to the end of today's discussion, one thing is clear. The Sumud Flotilla is more than a voyage across the sea. It is a voyage of conscience, courage, and compassion. To our logistics and transport experts, government representative, and community representative, thank you for your time, insight, and dedication. And to our audience, may this conversation remind us that no act of kindness is ever too small, and that solidarity can travel further than any ship. I'm Fakhrul, and this is the end of our talk show. Until next time, stay aware, stay steadfast, and may peace be upon us all. Free Palestine, free from Israel. Thank you.